Hi, Sam.
Hey, Michael. It's good to see you. It's also a little strange to be on the same, time zone for once.
I would agree with you. I think it's actually strange we're in the same country for once.
Mm-hmm.
You're usually just like an avatar on my screen, so it's very odd being stood next to you.
I think a lot of people feel that way.
Now, Sam, do you know what time of the year it is?
My guess is you're referring to the time of the year that we hold our second HP Discover event.
We are here in sunny Barcelona. Sunny in December is very odd for me as a Brit. I'm sort of quite used to it just being rainy and miserable. But we're in sunny Barcelona for HP Discover Barcelona 2025. All very exciting. Should we get on with the show?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm Michael Bird.
I'm Sam Jarrell.
And welcome to Technology Now from HPE. So, Sam, we are currently stood in a football pitch, I guess soccer field, here at the University of Barcelona. It is a lovely, bright, sunny December day. Very odd for me as a Brit to be warm in December.
I don't know how you're warm. It feels like December for me.
Now, as you can see, I'm wearing an FC Barcelona kit, just the top. Actually, I have my name and number on the back. It'll make sense a bit more later. If you want to tune in and actually see this kit for yourself, see where we are and see this episode, there is a video version of this episode will be available. Just check it out wherever you get your video podcast episodes. Oh, and Sam, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
As our new host while Aubrey's out.
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me, Michael. It's really, really fantastic to be here. Question though, speaking of here, why did you drag me out to a soccer field on a December day? Yeah,
that's a really good question. This week is another HP Discover event, and this time we are here in very sunny Barcelona. Now, HP Discover Barcelona is a 2-day event here in Barcelona, Spain, where industry professionals, HP partners and sponsors can all come to share ideas and make new connections.
I guess you could say then that the event is focused on networking?
Yes, it is focused on networking, of course. Love the joke. But also cloud and AI. Now, back at HP Discover Las Vegas, during the summer, you had the chance to talk to our very own President and CEO Antonio Neri about everything going on. You had a lovely walk around the show floor, didn't you?
Yeah, we had a fantastic time walking through and just talking about what's coming up for HPE and what the event is all about.
Well, earlier today, on this very football pitch, almost exactly where we're stood, I had the chance to interview Antonio again about what's changed in the last 6 months and where we are going as we head into 2026. And yeah, because we're on a football pitch, and this is why I'm dressed in this kit. I thought we should try and maybe mix the interview up a little bit. So interspersed with the questions, we also had a penalty shootout at the same time. Yeah, it's the first sort of interview / penalty shootout I've ever done. So without further ado, let's just go and watch the interview. Welcome to Technology Now. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. We are here for HP Discover Barcelona, and because I know that you love football,
yeah,
I brought you to this quite cold...
chilly morning, although it's sunny.
It is sunny. Hopefully it'll warm up. So the plan is that we're going to do our interview. I'm going to ask you some questions, and then we're going to have a go at
a goal,
taking some penalties. We're going to have a little penalty shootout. So it's going to be sort of an interview / penalty shootout.
Yeah.
How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Good. Okay. And we've taken some warm-up shots, so I feel like we're ready to go. Now, people watching this podcast will probably have noticed that we are wearing...
You're brave to have short pants, but I'm not.
I'm in shorts, but we're wearing these shirts from our friends at FC Barcelona. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but there are some numbers on the back of our shirt.
Well, I noticed mine. I didn't notice.
Yeah, okay. So I remember we just sort of turn around to the camera. So that camera over there, can you see? So you've got a 30 on yours. I've got a 6 on mine. Do you have any idea what the numbers are?
I think it's the number of years of service.
Exactly. Yeah, that's correct. Which leads me quite nicely onto our first question, because we've recently celebrated our 10th birthday at HPE, and you've been CEO of HPE for almost 8 of those years, I believe. So how have you seen the organisation change over the last decade?
Well, first of all, congratulations to all for the 10-year anniversary. It was a moment in time. Yeah, we celebrate even again here. It has been a remarkable journey. I think as a company, we have done amazing things.
Yeah.
And with the closing of the Juniper transaction, obviously, we completed a transformative year on the 10th year of our journey. And I think the company we are today is totally different than the company we were on November 1st, 2015.
Yeah.
Now we are a more innovative company. We have a complete portfolio, obviously a culture that we all live in and resonates with customers and partners. And I think, the opportunity ahead for the next decade are enormous.
And what do you think is the most important thing that we've achieved in the past decade?
Well, at first, finding our way. I think, it's obvious that in the 2010 decade, there was a lot of change, and we needed to find our North Star. And I think our North Star is all about customers, is all about innovation, it's all about culture. And obviously, we have the new brand here on the microphones. And to me, that's testament that this company is unique and is amazing and what we do.
Okay, I think it's time for our first penalty.
Oh, God. Okay.
So we're gonna
all right, well,
take our first penalty. I think you should go first. If you hand me your microphone.
there you go. And you're going to talk about this?
Yes, I'm going to commentate. So I'm just going to hand that over. Right. All right. So Tony stepped up. He has scored the first goal. Right. It's my turn now.
It is easy to score without a keeper. You can't miss the goal. That would be bad. Okay. There you go.
Okay, penalty one done. We both scored. Fantastic. It's all to play for still. Now, Antonio, we are, of course, in Barcelona this week for HPE Discover Barcelona. What are the big highlights for you this year?
Well, another great event. We had over 5,000 customers joining us and partners. The level of interest, incredible high. Obviously, on the back of the closing of the Juniper transaction, we're really proud that we show up in force. The amount of innovation we brought to the market is very, very, very strong. A number of, I think, heart-turning announcements, one with NVIDIA and one with AMD. But I think the other part was the fact that we, in such a short period of time, demonstrated immense progress between Juniper and Aruba networking, now being one integrated organization. And, there we saw things like the AI ops and first to market with the latest technologies on the data center switching, leveraging our cooling technology. So I think for me is all about accelerating what is next. And from the innovation perspective, I think it was just remarkable.
And from what I understand, there are sort of three big themes in this year's keynote. Can you just talk through those?
Yeah, it's the themes where we play and we want to win, which is networking, cloud, and AI.
Excellent.
In the networking space, obviously, the combination of Juniper and Aruba. And then obviously in AI is continue the journey on GreenLake. And in AI is being able to serve all customer segments.
Okay, Antonio, it's time for another penalty. Shot number two. So that goal went straight in. It's now of the two shots, Antonio has scored two of them.
Oh, that's bad. That's really bad.
That ball went straight over, straight to the side. So well done for scoring. I donated a football to somewhere over there.
That little forest.
Yeah, that wasn't the greatest shot. But I would like to talk networking because you mentioned networking, clouds, and AI. But yeah, can you just sort of give us a sense of where the world of networking is today?
Well, I think networking now is trying to catch up to the disruption we saw both in compute and storage with AI. 2 years ago, obviously, we achieved a breakthrough with the large language models. That was all driven by the compute accelerators. But when I think about the ability to scale and scale securely, networking need to catch up to the demands of AI. And this is where HPE with Juniper has a unique opportunity to provide customers complete solutions And at this event, we introduced the first OEM switch with Tomahawk 6. That's the Juniper QFX 5250. But, when you look at that product, it's the first liquid cool switching at scale.
Wow.
And, it's going to deliver over 100 terabits per second capacity on the 1.6 terabits silicon that's just been introduced. So I think that demonstrates market leadership and momentum together with our, computing business.
And how has the Juniper acquisition changed the way we think about networking as an organization?
Well, we knew this when I started thinking about pursuing Juniper. I knew that the next inflection point will have to take place at the networking layer of the stack. Because when you chain tens of thousands of GPUs and you need to do it in a low latency kind of approach, the bottlenecks is going to be the network. And this is where I thought between the unique intellectual property we have in our rack scale architecture with Juniper IP, particularly in data center switching and wide area network, because we can't forget the aggregation layers in the data center and then data center interconnect between data centers. Those are essential technologies for the future. I thought that would be a terrific combination, and it's proven to be the right acquisition. I hear a lot of interest from Sovereign, which is going to be a source of tremendous growth for us going forward.
Yes. And how does security play into the way that we think about networking these days?
If you look at the edge in the campus and branch, when we think about providing a connectivity to a user to Wi-Fi, that has to be a secure connectivity. And so from that perspective, we did amazing things with Aruba networking with acquisition Silver Peak. Juniper has unique technologies that will give us the most complete, secure connectivity at the edge. And in the data center, you also have to do attestation across the entire stack because you're moving a lot of data and you're processing a lot of, tokens while you train the system. So from that vantage point, I believe that needs to be integrated, and AI plays a big role because AI gives you the ability to manage telemetry at scale that we never imagined before.
Okay, I want to ask you about cloud in a second, but before we do so, it's time for another penalty. Straight in, Antonio, that went straight to the back of the net, nice and clean. So, third shot, here we go.
Clearly you're British. Clearly you're British. Now we're calling the Argentinian. This is easy.
All right, penalty 3, Antonio.
You scared the birds.
You scored. I hit the crossbar, which was still, I'd say, quite impressive, if that's what I was aiming for, which I wasn't. So well done. And the current score is
3-1. I'm keeping track, Troy.
The current score is 3-1. It's still all to play for. All right, so let's talk about cloud. What are the big changes in the world of cloud computing? Is cloud still a thing in the world of AI?
Absolutely. We believe AI is the definition of the hybrid workload. Data lives everywhere and you need to bring the data to train or inference these models. And so that's an example of why you need a hybrid strategy. And cloud at the core is still an experience. It's all about speed and agility. But ultimately, you need to do it in a way that takes advantage of all your data and all the capabilities, whether it's on-prem and off-prem. And so for us, the continued development of HPE GreenLake has been a huge success. It's been recognized today by even Gartner as one of the market leaders. And particularly in the consumption model, we are the market leader. But for us, it's bringing the software and the AI capabilities to the platform.
We're hearing a lot about sovereignty, particularly as it relates to cloud and data. Is this something that you're hearing, you're seeing more of these days?
Absolutely. You see it here in Europe. With the regulations, the geopolitical tensions, the ability to get access to technology is driving huge demand for sovereignty. And so when we think about individual European countries or the European Union as a whole, they're going to make huge amount of investments to build the capabilities to maintain their sovereignty and protect their data. Yeah. And the AI clouds of the future will be not generic, will be more verticalized for industrial, for healthcare, for defense, you name it. So HPE has the trust, it has the brand. And, we just announced this week another sovereign supercomputer. We have the brand and the people that can do this for these sovereign entities. And that's why I believe when I think about 26, 27, 28, much of our growth will come from sovereign and enterprise, not the service providers.
And what other trends are we seeing in cloud at the moment?
Well, I think, enterprises are trying to think how they get access to this technology in a way is cost effective and get the faster return on investment capital. Because for them, it's all about time to value. So we went from large language models, which are very monolithic, to now what we call the agentic enterprise, where smaller languages stitched together, they automate a complete workflow, and they deliver quicker results, quicker outcomes. And so from that perspective, that's what is required. And the cloud allows them to decide whether to do some small training or inferencing on-prem or at the edge or in the cloud. And that's where the GreenLake with our private cloud enterprise factories brings to bear.
You touched on GreenLake, but I'd be interested just to sort of understand, where does GreenLake fit into all of this?
Is at the center of the strategy, because whether you deploy a traditional server, and obviously we have amazing now products with generation 11 and 12, or whether you deploy the latest instantiation of HPE Alletra MP, whether it's block or unstructured data with our X10000, or whether you deploy the private cloud virtualization with our Morpheus Enterprise and VM Essentials, or whether it's the AI factory for enterprise with private cloud AI, all that experience is connected and delivered to HPE GreenLake. In addition to the fact that the entire networking portfolio is already connected to GreenLake.
Okay, I want to ask you about AI, but before we do that, we have another penalty to take.
Okay.
Penalty shot 4. Here we go.
It's nice and easy. No need to, overdo it. There you go.
All right, 4-1. I'll hit the crossbar again. Quite impressive. You just got another very clean goal. So
I think you were fixated with those trees in the back.
I never know why. I think I was, yeah.
Please keep the ball low, no high.
Well, I
saw my kicks have been always low.
Yeah. I think I was going.
Maybe not even a foot from the ground.
I think I was going for glory, and hit the crossbar. So I would say it's all to play for, but it's not really all to play for.
No.
So as always, artificial intelligence is a huge topic. So let's talk about AI. Where is AI today?
Well, I think 6-9 months, a year ago, was still nascent and only in the hands of few. But now is much more adopted, broad adoption, and we see that in enterprise. When you think about our numbers, more than 60% of our bookings already come from enterprise and sovereign.
And why is sovereign AI so in demand at the moment?
Well, because obviously we live in a world where there is tension everywhere. And, mastering this technology is going to give a competitive advantage. At the same time, you're here in Spain, part of the European Union. They have much stringent regulations about data and data privacy and data sovereignty. So with GreenLake and our private cloud factor, we not only we can give a cloud experience, but also we can give a disconnected air gap solution. So I think, customers are looking how I protect my data and yet preserve my culture. Because if your model is trained by a US company, great, you can do pre-training of that. But ultimately, you want to give your identity. And that identity is only in your country, in your geo.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Now, in your keynote, you talk about quantum computing working with AI. How do these two sometimes feel like quite separate technologies go hand in hand?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, in the last 50 years or so, we went from the mainframe to the PC client era to, mobile, to cloud computing, to now accelerated computing with AI, and in the future, quantum computing. And all of them are working together. Sometimes, one more than other one. But I think, the research entities are already deploying quantum computing. And we have done work where we have connected, quantum computers to traditional computing, or quantum computing to high-performance computing, which is the most logical, because it is way more cost-effective today to still drive in simulation and training on a high-performance computing than a quantum computing. Quantum computing needs to scale. The cost has to come down significantly. But there are aspects where the quantum computing can take unique tasks, accelerate the outcome, and give it back to a kind of a traditional computing or high-performance computing.
From an AI perspective, are there any exciting projects that we're currently working on?
We're always working on exciting projects, but I think, the ones that excite me are the ones we're using for ourselves. And so we have now accelerated deployment of AI across the company. We have over 700 use cases that we are analyzing, some already in proof of concept, but there are already 100. They are in production. Whether it's in marketing for, understanding leads and managing those leads, all the way to finance with account receivable, payables, forecast planning in our global operations. Services, obviously, is a big user of AI. And then, we use AI for our products. Every product we ship today, or every solution we build has AI ops embedded to it. And HPE Discover, we showed an enormous amount of usage of AI everywhere. I think, what you're going to see in 26 and 27 is better integration between our networking business and our, AI at scale business with Neil. So the work that Neil McDonald and Rami are going to do together is going to be essential, especially in the context of sovereign AI clouds, because we can get them entire AI data center solutions at scale, and obviously continue to move upwards between generative AI, agentic AI to more the robotic side, the physical AI. And HPE has unique expertise there, understanding manufacturing processes, how to use AI in those environments.
Okay, Antonio, it's time for the
last one.
The final penalty. Again, it's not all to play for. You definitely won, but let's see how we get on.
You want me to miss this one?
No. We could just do this all day, couldn't we?
Yeah. Look, this is an easy shot.
Or you're lucky that went in.
No, against the pole. Easy for the keeper.
Okay.
Hard to get there.
There we go.
Fine. Okay, I think we lost 5-2.
Yes, I think you scored all 5 and I scored.
You missed 3.
I missed 3. Okay. Penalty shootout done. The final shot, you scored again, and I finally got another goal in. So we ended on 5-2.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have
predictable.
I'll tell you what. Maybe
you didn't need an AI for that, but that's okay.
Maybe we can have a sort of a competition next, and we'll get a goal. And next
with a keeper.
I'll get a keeper, and I'll maybe do some training. I've got 12 months to train, so
it's okay.
Try okay. All right. Well, I'd like to finish on a big question after our big competition. We've recently celebrated 10 years of HPE. Where do you see the company going in the next 10 years?
Well, I think, the first phase of our next 10 years is maximize the value of the acquisition of Juniper Networks. I think that gives us something that others don't have. And honestly, it would be shame on us if don't take advantage of that unique opportunity. Making this type of acquisition takes an enormous amount of work. And the team is incredibly committed. And just in 5 months, we made remarkable progress. I'm very pleased with the integration of the Juniper employees in the company. You can see they have the same beliefs, the same culture. They're all focused on customers, all focused on winning. And so it's all about winning, to be honest with you. For us, the past decade was about transformation, setting up ourselves to win, for success. And this next 3 years is going to dictate how strong we're going to be in the next 10 years. And therefore, it's all about execution.
Antonio, thank you so much for coming back on Technology Now. Thanks for being such a good sport and for being on the show.
No, thank you. And beautiful day here, sunny, a little bit chilly, but I'm pleased with my win today. Yeah. And, hopefully next year we're going to do a retake of this.
Yeah, in 12 months I'll see.
And we're going to have a keeper though.
That was a really fantastic interview, Michael. I quite enjoyed you and Antonio's matching jerseys.
Yeah, it was pretty good, actually. Pretty good. And I liked how that led into the 10-year discussion, the conversation about our 10-year anniversary, or 10-year birthday as a company. It's been, I don't know, it feels like quite an exciting time, doesn't it?
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's been kind of crazy to see where we've come over the last decade. I mean, when we formed as our own company, we boldly declared that the world would be hybrid in terms of IT, and it was. In 2018, during that Discover, Antonio announced our investment of several $billion into the edge. And then now we've acquired Juniper, and we've really become the edge to cloud company and are transforming into a major networking business. It's nuts.
Yeah, speaking of networking, Antonio talked about the liquid-cooled switches. But I think
a liquid-cooled switch?
It was really cool. Really cool. I didn't mean to make that pun, but yeah, I mean, I just thought about getting performance, because we've talked about liquid cooling on this podcast before.
Yeah. You sat in a bathtub, I think.
I sat in a bathtub. You're right. You're right. But liquid cooled switches, I think it's just really cool, the fact that we're really pushing the boundaries of what can be done. And the other thing we talked about, which I thought was really cool, was AI and quantum. So just sort of connecting both of those together. I think he talked about a supercomputer, and you maybe have like a quantum accelerator. So the quantum would do like the quantum calculations and pass it to a high performance computer to sort of do something with that information.
I love that. And
it's cool, isn't it?
It is cool. I don't know, it's exciting to know too, like we're one of the companies that provides the supercomputers that are needed to do those types of things. Like El Capitan at number 1, Frontier at number 2, and then Aurora at number 3. So to be behind some of these scientific breakthroughs, I don't know, it makes me feel a little inspired.
Now, the elephant in the room, I suppose, is my terrible performance kicking footballs.
Yeah, Michael, I'm really sorry. I think you're going to have to keep your day job. You had a rough go out there, but Antonio did really, really well. Like I was shocked.
But I was quite pleased with how many times I managed to hit the crossbar. Like if that was the competition, I would have scored 2 points. So
FC Barcelona, pick Michael Bird up.
So Sam, there is more to football than just a football kit. I think Antonio's quite a big football fan.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure he plays, doesn't he?
Yeah. When we finished the interview and we were packing up, he said to me, I play every Sunday. And I thought, yeah. I probably shouldn't have agreed to do this. I barely play once a year. So, yeah, I think that's the reason why he won. But anyway, as a sort of a token of our appreciation, as a thank you to Antonio, we got him a little gift as a sort of a thank you for agreeing to go and do the podcast. So, Antonio, we have a little present for you.
All right.
As well as the football shirt, we know that you're the CEO of HPE, which is sort of like a captain. So we've got you a captain's arm.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Look, now, it's totally up to you, but if you want to wear that during the keynote, no. It's an option. It's an option if you'd like to wear it.
Hold this up. Let's see this one. It's actually the real.
It is the real captain's armband.
It's the real thing. There you go.
Look at that.
No.
And that is also your prize for winning the penalty shootout.
There you go.
Look at that.
Look at this.
So, as the CEO of HPE and sort of our captain, we've got you the captain's armband.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
I'm gonna treasure it, and I'm gonna keep it in the treasure. But this is actually the original one, because the other day a guy came out to the pitch and gave the captain, and I noticed is the same with a Catalonia fix.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, that brings us to the end of this episode of Technology Now. Michael, next time, if you get another football kit, I want a matching jersey too.
Yes, fair enough. Absolutely, we can do that.
Perfect. And thank you very much to our very special guest, Antonio Neri, and of course, to all of our listeners. Thank you so much for joining us.
If you've enjoyed this episode, please do let us know. Rate and review wherever you get episodes. And if you want to get in contact with us, do make sure to send us an email to technologynow@hpe.com, subject line penalty shootout. And do not forget to subscribe so you can listen first to episodes every single week. Technology Now is hosted by Sam Jarrell and myself, Michael Bird. And this episode was produced by Harry Lampert, Izzy Clark, Alicia Kempson-Taylor and Carl Norberg, with production support from Andrew Naylor, Becky Bird, Branson Tarr, Spencer Trenwith, Alyssa Mitri and Renee Edwards. Our video editor was Alex Van Duyn, and our theme music was composed by Greg Hooper. Our social editorial team is Rebecca Wissinger, Julie-Ann Goldman and Jacqueline Green, and our social media designers are Alejandra Garcia and Ambar Maldonado. Technology Now is a Fresh Air production for Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, and we'll see you at the same time, the same place next week. Cheers!
Bye, y'all!